This should be a fun one. The ontology of free will. You may have asked or heard it asked, do we have free will? I think there are many different disciplines that have a lot to say about whether or not we have free will. Philosophy most famously discussed this topic. Physics may or may not have something to say about free will. Chemistry, I think more than likely even than physics, has a lot to say about free will. Free will is the agency to make or not make some decision. So I can choose to put a finger up, or I can choose to not put a finger up. In a crude sense, that's free will. The question of whether or not we have free will gets complicated in a physical sense, because a lot of physics is deterministic, right? If you have some set of initial conditions and some governing equation, then you know how the equation is going to evolve with respect to time. So if I knew the positions and velocities of all of the particles in my head right now, all the little electrical signals that are being shot off by electrons and the state of every cell, you might think, then I would be able to determine what happens next. I can evolve the system with respect to time once I have my set of governing equations, and I can predict the future. And it should be accurate 100% of the time, or close to 100% of the time. That's pretty much physics in a nutshell. Now, a lot of wishy-washy philosophy has been done as it relates to quantum mechanics when it comes to this question of free will. So what does quantum mechanics have to say about free will? Quantum mechanical effects are relatively easy to reproduce in a laboratory setting when you can control all of the variables and you can control the environment really well. The brain is wet, it's noisy, it's not a great place for quantum mechanical effects to take place if they happen at all. Now, the reason why I say this is because I think chemistry could potentially have a lot to say about this. Quantum mechanics is used in chemistry. Chemists use quantum mechanics, to my understanding, a lot. But the question that I would have is the brain too noisy for quantum mechanical effects to have an impact on chemical reactions? Remember, the molecules that are in our brains, in cells, things like, what's in cells? I don't know, ATP and DNA and all this stuff. These are very complex molecules. And so for this reason, I would imagine that quantum mechanics doesn't have a lot to say about free will. Although it is true that quantum mechanics is not a deterministic theory. You only get probabilities of outcomes. So that's why people may be tempted to connect the dots there and see the pattern and say, well, if quantum mechanics isn't completely deterministic and free will isn't completely deterministic, maybe one is the result of the other. I'm skeptical about that, to say the least. Do you think we have free will? What do you think about ontology? Let me know in the comments below.